Hello, welcome back to another game on Arena 1v1 between JonSlow playing in red with a random civilization, getting Koreans. He's playing against FelixAldi in blue as the Aztecs. I'm pretty sure Felix picked here. Felix, the lower rated player, like on DE, not sure, 100 points below. It's really a lot of fluctuation in, so I can't really tell. But should be an interesting one because JonSlow obviously a better arena player here, but with the Civ disadvantage. And I'm pretty sure there is something really good happening in this game. Should be a good one. I don't remember it, but my recording that I got, it's marked as quite a good game here. I have some maybe games, which I'm usually not casting as long as I don't have a lack of games. What the hell, system not... I hope my mouse is doing fine now, but I guess it's gonna be stuck once or twice in this game at least. Sadly, it's annoying. I need to get a new mouse, obviously. We have the main gold and the second gold for JonSlow safe in the back, as well as the main stone on the side here, but safe enough, I think. Deer inside in a new map, of course. Then we have on the left hand side open map with the third gold on the left hand side is then outside. Forest here would be nice for JonSlow, but it's not happening. Really close to his base. And the second stone forward, extra gold, not so far away, but it's pretty much in the middle of the map here. We have another relic on the right hand side of his base, and the rest, I think, spreading around the map. I saw this relic, extra stone on... in the middle, let's say, in a neutral zone. There is FelixAldi's map with the main stone forward, a second gold, not the third gold actually, not too far forward and inside, really close to space, second stone outside, another relic close, extra gold in the neutral zone, another relic in the neutral zone to north, another extra stone here, and then Felix has the second gold safe in the back and the main gold safe in the back. So stone for him is bad, and Korea is a trash civ, so one stone outside, one stone inside, but quite forward, and knowing JonSlow we could see a trash here. But I hope it's not going to happen. I'm not quite sure. We're going to see towers in some form. Anything else would be disappointing with the Koreans. But Felix is a decent map, I think, and he should be able to give us a good fight here. As I said, I'm pretty sure from the recorded game file, this should be a good matchup. JonSlow going to gold now with 2 villagers, but he's creating a few more wills here, and I think we can go a little bit faster for now. There's not so much happening at this point in the game. We have a barracks coming up for JonSlow, so no tower rush here, at least not in feudal age. 2 farms, 3, 4 farms coming up from Felix before hitting feudal age and getting the horse collar upgrade in, but I guess he needs some food here. And now we have the market and blacksmith coming up for him. This farm should be one tile closer to the mill in my opinion, because like this villager is running quite far or walking quite far, but it's okay, no problem really. And we have JonSlow on the other side going with a stable here, blacksmith up. Both players will click up to cast age. Felix already done. JonSlow had a little bit of idle time here, I guess, or maybe he just finished the last villager, not sure. 5 villagers in the berries, something I don't see from JonSlow too often. A lot of wood in the bank, so we could see either 2 TCs immediately or like a siege workshop, even a monastery, or both. And Felix has the barracks now, double barracks actually, so he's going for some eagles here, and I think that's a good idea. You want to go for map control, you want to get relics in as the Aztecs, obviously. Therefore, 29 population with, what is that, 28 click up, 27 villagers is almost a little bit too much, I feel, but it's okay. Shouldn't see too many problems. And Scout Cav production going for JonSlow. We might see the Light Cav upgrade once he sees that there is Eagle Scouts on the field. 2 villagers on gold, no extra TCs yet, and there is the Eagle Scouts. Eagle Scouts against Scout Cavalry. I think that's the Light Cav upgrade probably, and then Light Cav upgrade done. Now JonSlow is going to engage, and he should be able to take down most of the Eagle Scouts here. In the meantime, more Eagles going forward, guarding a relic here. Monastery is up for Felix. Is he going for extra TCs? Not yet. Nobody going for TCs. Instead, we're going to see a fight over the relics. There is 2 close to JonSlow. On the right hand side one, on the left one, the other 3 closer to Felix. So maybe that's going to be the result. 2-3, and JonSlow going with the first extra TC now, second extra TC on the main gold, but this one on the wood line, which is, in my opinion, quite important. And now the thing is, JonSlow is going with the Light Cav, but the Eagles are just cheaper. Not only that they cost 10 less resources, but it's gold, and gold income is easier to accomplish or to achieve in early castle age than the food income that you need for Light Cav. 3rd TC coming up, second TC coming up on the wood line in the back here. I mentioned a 3rd TC maybe here on the gold, or just go to the main stone, second golds and third gold, something like that. Maybe on the main gold here is fine. Now, what about the relic count? JonSlow has a monastery, but no relics yet. He picked up a monk here, but Felix is getting the relic in. And 3 eagles waiting on the left-hand side. JonSlow should pick up the relic on the right here. He's got 1 monk, now going for another monk here. Guess he just started to go on... No, he had 2 villages in gold. Why did he not go for monks earlier on? Maybe he lost one. There is a knight and 2 light cav still attacking an eagle now. And that eagle is going down. 2 monks for JonSlow. He should be able to get that relic. At least 1. Because the others, I think, are going to Felix here. He's got 2 already. 1 more on the way, maybe. And now we're gonna see a fight over that relic on the right hand side here. Ooh, and this is dangerous for JonSlow as the monk is going down. Mistake for Felix, in my opinion. He's just chasing the light cav, but JonSlow needs to move his monk back, and he's not doing that. And the monk is actually going down. Again, players are multitasking, obviously. More Eel Scout production going. There's 3 relics in for Felix. Does JonSlow have one? Yes, so it's gonna be 3-2. If JonSlow is sending another monk here, but the problem is he's low on military and it's 2 knights, and that's it. The other 2 light cav trying to get a monk. Ooh, that monk should take 1 hit, and it doesn't have any upgrades whatsoever. That is a big mistake. You need to go for Sanctity here. You want to have the 50 HP instead of 30. Now there's 2 light cav, 3 knights actually. JonSlow is not giving up on the idea to go for that last relic, and I think it's a good idea. The monk going out at exactly the wrong time for the stats move. Don't really understand it. The knights though, clearing the eagles, and now I think JonSlow should be able to get that last relic in. In the meantime, players were booming here. We have 69 against 71 villagers, so not a big difference, but JonSlow's housed. Handcart coming in for him very soon. Secured it up at least. We have Felix. I'm not sure about wheelbarrow handcart, but a lot of villagers queued up, so I imagine he should have that upgrade, and he might be able to click up to Imperial Age any second. Not sure why he's not producing another villager here. That's a mistake. He's keeping his main TC idle. There's not a lot else to do. So why aren't it going with villagers here? I guess just... Ooh, wheelbarrow only now. That's really late. He's got so much resources. Look at this. Is he missing the building here to siege workshop? Nope. Oh my god, here no university, I guess. Sorry for that. My tongue was not fast enough for my brain. And now finally Imperial Age clicked, but JonSlow was faster, and I think that's a mistake that you don't need to do here. We have a castle up for JonSlow. He's going for that second stone, and we're going to see barracks and possibly champions here for both players actually. Looks like we're gonna see the Man-at-Arms upgrade done. Longswordsman upgrade on the way after Squires. Could go for that earlier as well, but it's not sure. How about the production times? Militia, Man-at-Arms, do they all have the same production time? I don't know. Nice house wall here, and JonSlow is the first to hit Imperial Age. What's the plan here? I don't see... Did he go for upgrade? Longswordsman done. 200 swordsman possibly on the way. Did he click that? Yes. And Blacksmith going for the infantry upgrades as well. So we're gonna see an infantry fight here between Aztecs and Koreans. I think Aztecs infantry should definitely be better. Once you have Garland Wars, your champions are just so superior. You get all the upgrades. Not sure about the Koreans champions. Are they missing the last attack upgrade maybe? I think that's the one they are actually lacking. And we have a lot of upgrades coming up, but no real fights happening yet. 1 Eagle Scout, a few of those knights, but it's pretty much it. 200 swordsmen on the field for Felix, and 200 swordsmen on the field for JonSlow. So neck and neck JonSlow going for the bomber towers. Now this is getting interesting. Bomber tower is a very nice idea. With the Koreans, not sure, do they get any advantages on the bomber towers? Not that I know. They got really good keeps. And looks like JonSlow wanted to go for that second gold, but cannot do it yet, as there are still Eagle Scouts around. Or is it Eagle Warriors in the meantime? No, Eagle Scouts here. And champion upgrade, not done yet. There it is. For Felix, fully upgraded on the attack and defense, only missing Garland Wars, which is already queued up. As for JonSlow, +2/+4 here, so I think he's got all upgrades. The last attack upgrade, as far as I remember, is not available for the Koreans. And JonSlow is moving forward with the bomber towers. In the meantime, we have the Knights getting rid of the Eagle Scouts here, very good effort. We have champions flooding in for JonSlow, cap drums against this, and there is... I see some skirms here somewhere, a few outposts coming up, but bomber tower forward. Siege rams are of course very good against those bomber towers. For now they're cap rams, but still that's fine. And getting loaded with champions. I like this idea to go for the bomber towers. JonSlow going with villagers very far forward to build more of those. Does Felix have a castle actually? Yes, trebuchet on the way. Of course he did go for the Garland Wars, I did see that. And we have the cat rams now moving in. And JonSlow seems to have more numbers on the field, but until those rams trams are in garrison, you can't really tell. Now Felix not with the best fight here. He's losing most of his champions, but the siege trams are actually able to take down at least one of the bomber towers. Should stop this one on 98%. This is a doubt bomber tower, I guess, but it's not down because JonSlow has more champions here. And wow, this is looking good for JonSlow at this point in the game. Very far advanced in the middle of the map, but there's a trebuchet now too, actually hitting those bomber towers. JonSlow going with the bombard cannons against this, which makes sense. Got a lot of resources in the bank, a lot of stone still to go for the bomber towers, and he's moving in with the champions, but the trebuchets for now are safe as the bombard cannon is not able to hit that that trebuchet from distance. Actually, JonSlow is microing, and now that trebuchet is taking the first hit. No, actually, what is attacking? Is he going for villager for the mill? Yeah, very nice to see. Champions moving out for Felix. He is going to win this battle, I think, even though there is a bomber tower. This one could go down really fast. The bomber cannons are not safe any longer. JonSlow needs to send in more. And as you can see, this is a really interesting battle, neck and neck. Siege trams, I think, could make the difference here. We have another bomber tower going down. This one only in the planning or in the beginning of its life. And Felix with decent military numbers on the field. More than JonSlow, actually. JonSlow has the advantage of the bomber towers. But now, as Felix has siege trams and trebuchets, I think it might not be the best idea to go for that bomber tower like spam here, and instead maybe you should transition to something else. I like it as a defensive unit, to be honest, but going forward with it is not going to happen to work in this situation. Now we have siege rams and champions moving forward. A lot of champions here for JonSlow as well, but I'm not sure if this is going to be enough, and it looks like JonSlow might need to transition into something else. He's got the gold to go for, what could you do? Maybe hand cannon, yes? Oh yeah, JonSlow is already doing those. Very nice to see. And I imagine hussars might be an option. Once you're running out of gold, hussars are a decent counter if your opponent is going for champions, and you need something against the siege ram still. Champions, a few of them still left for JonSlow. Felix tag pretty much out of steam now. He is getting more elite skirmishes and champions here. Elite skirmishes against the hand cannoneers makes a lot of sense. They don't have the Atlatl upgrade actually, and as far as I know, JonSlow doesn't have the last wood upgrade, even though he's got enough resources. But I remember specifically that I went into this game, and once I caught up in the spectator mode, I know that JonSlow was missing that upgrade, and I think he was missing it pretty much the entire game. I'm not sure if he got it towards the end. And Felix at the same time is not going to get Atlatl as far as I know, which is a big mistake, because I've seen, what was the game? It's going to come up to YouTube too. I'm going to cast this between Doubt and Slam. It was Aztecs against Portuguese, and elite skirmishers were pretty good in that game for the Aztecs. They did a lot of damage. But you're going to see that once it's uploaded, or maybe you saw it on Doubt's or Slam's stream. There were at least like 1k viewers on Doubt, and I think like 500 on Slam or something like that. Now the fight's still continuing, and Felix is regaining some map control here, which is very important. He wants to get that stone eventually. JonSlow still with enough stone to go for a few of those bomber towers, a few hand cannoneers in the back, but yeah, there's the hussars. You need something against the elite skirmishers, and it's siege rams moving forward. Siege ram is such a strong unit in this game. It's not like universally usable. You cannot use it in all situations. Doesn't make sense in some certain situations. You don't want to go against the god spam with siege rams. Why would you, unless you're winning? But in many games, siege ram is just so strong, and if you have it, you should probably try to go for it if the situation is allowing you to do it. We have a TC coming up here from Felix against the mining camp for JonSlow. I guess we're gonna see a minor fight on that extra gold. But we have the hussars now fighting against the elite skirmishers, and the siege ram still moving forward, getting rid of the archer ranges. Felix is looking good here. He's got a score lead only by a little bit, but he has a decent army on the field. Numbers are the same. JonSlow lacking 20 villagers compared to Felix, which is very important if this game is going longer and longer. As you can see, we're approaching 55 minutes. JonSlow as a bomber tower here is going to try to go for that extra gold, I imagine. And Felix is still taking extra stone here, but the main battle is still happening in the middle, where JonSlow is trying to win this using hussars and hand cannoneers, a few elite skirmishers of his own now, and we have pretty much only elite skirmishers with siege rams here, a few pikemen in the mix, but they're not really fighting at this point, and I think the siege rams, that's the main difference. Felix, decent resources, he has 3 relics as far as I remember, so he should have decent gold income. And we have the bomber tower, hitting the trebuchet, that's not good. Hand cannoneers to take down the siege rams, that's not going to be too good for JonSlow.
So
sorry for the silence, I had to sneeze. You don't want to hear that, especially when I have the mic on. We have JonSlow, I think, with advantage now. As you could see, is finally getting good fights, and with lead skirmishes plus Handcannons plus Hussars, he's doing good damage on Felix's army. On the north, we have a castle now coming up against the bomber tower. Hussars to raid. The castle, I think, should go up. Is it a loud castle? Maybe. In the meantime, JonSlow is moving forward with a few more champions. Pikemen against those, yeah, not really good idea. And Felix doesn't have too much gold left, so I don't think he wants to go for mass champions here. And JonSlow with more army at this moment by a lot, 50 army advantage. This is huge. He could take the game here, but castle is up, so Felix should secure the gold here. Not sure if the castle can hit the bomber tower here. In the meantime, JonSlow is approaching the walls once again, but he cannot really go in, and I think he needs to go in and raid here. You want to try and stop your opponent's economy, and as you can see, JonSlow 64 farmers, 36 lumberjacks, that's good. We have 55, he should maybe have a little bit more farmers, but he doesn't really need too many farmers, as he cannot go for the light cav hussar line. Being Aztecs here, TC should go down eventually, and JonSlow once again, is even Onager for Felix, interesting, against the lead skirmishes maybe, but I think Atlatl would have been a lot better here, and still siege rams, or maybe champions, Onager upgrade, is that siege Onagers even? Wow, siege Onager, that's huge, how could he afford it? If you can go for siege Onagers in a not so open situation to fight, that's very good for you. And JonSlow is the one who's going for Rams here, taking out the castle and a TC. Very important to see that JonSlow is making progress on the top here, wants to go for the extra golds. He's got 2 mining camps on this one, but he's not taking the gold. JonSlow low on gold actually, but is mainly going for trash units. Now a few cap drums in the mix. Bombard cannons might be better against siege Onagers, but it's tough to pull off. And that bomber tower is not going down yet, but there is a lot of skirmishers that could actually take it down. Believe it or not, it's possible in theory. Siege rams should do better here, and siege Onagers behind this is going to help Felix. So JonSlow lost the advantage that he had a few minutes ago, and suddenly Felix is the one to push here. JonSlow losing the siege workshop and bomber towers now probably against the siege rams. At least one of those two should go down, and Felix is approaching JonSlow's military buildings here. The archer engines are in danger of going down. The bomber tower is not really doing a lot of damage on that siege ram. I think sometime in the AOC history they changed the damage from bomber towers on siege rams. I don't think it makes a lot of sense that it's only doing like 1, 2, 3 damage, whatever it does, but okay, that's how the game works and we all know it. So siege rams very good against the bomber towers, and I think it was in Incision's scenario, how was that called? I'm not sure, I don't remember the name, but it was a scenario where you needed to use all kind of tricks, and you could take down a bunch of bomber towers that were standing close together with one single siege rams. And if I remember the name, I'm going to call it on this video. As you can see, we have a big elite skirmisher fight going on. JonSlow and Felix have the same upgrades here. No, Felix actually missing the last defense upgrade as well. Not sure, Aztecs probably missing that, but he's also missing a battle, and that's really, really important. It's Birdie's Quest, I knew I would remember it. Birdie's Quest was very important and very interesting scenario on AOC. If you have never played this, I recommend you go back to Woobly, to AOC, and I think it's still online, you should find it. Birdie's Quest was amazing to play, to be honest, for me as a noob back then, which I still are, but I didn't know Birdie's Quest, and it was interesting to see what the game is offering. And of course was a little some details that were called cheating or like map hacks or something, but still it was a very interesting scenario, and I think it's very important in the history of this game. I feel siege archers and siege rams still on the field, but JonSlow going with a lot of hussars, with a lot of elite skirmishes, and he's got the majority of military units. Felix trying to go for a little bit of raid with the pikemen, not sure, more stables coming up, archer engines still producing for JonSlow, and it looks like Felix is able to defend, still with the relic advantage obviously, and he's able to take that extra gold here. JonSlow in the meantime is not able to take the gold in the middle without troubles, and he's got 2 villages only here, and that mining camp actually also going down, so this gold in the middle is hard to get. Is that an Eagle Warrior upgrade for Felix? Did I see that correctly? Elite Eagle Warriors coming up. How can you afford this? This is huge. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, because Elite Eagles against that mass of elite skirmishers, it's gonna be tough, and there's gonna be hussars in the field as well, so maybe Atlatl would have been better, and champions in theory, but okay, if you can go for a lot of Elite Eagle Warriors producing, oh no, wrong player, is he producing Elite Eagle Warriors? Not that I can see. So he got the upgrade, but that's pretty much it. And he cannot really afford a lot of eagles as the gold count is really low for him as well. And he cannot take gold any longer without having to defend it, so he needs to get back on that. In the meantime, JonSlow is gaining a little bit more ground. He's got the cap drums, which are good against the buildings, obviously, and to be honest, better than bombard cannons in this situation, because they are way better against the elite skirmishers. They are holding quite a lot longer. Siege ram from Felix, but it's not going to make the big difference here. And now Felix is again able to take that gold, which he's not doing, interestingly enough. In the middle, the elite skirmishers still fighting. Can I go faster here without the game crashing? Maybe if I can go closer. It's not really running too well. We are 1 hour and 18 minutes in, so this game actually took quite a while already, and I don't see who's going to win this. JonSlow has the advantage as of now. The lead skirmishers pushing forward to get this cat rams, but Felix was never raided in this game, so his economy is still very stable, and he's got decent amount of resources still to use. A lot of wood in the bank, enough food for now. Could use a few more farmers maybe, and his population cap. So there is no reason to like call it GG or anything. JonSlow is moving forward once again, but we've seen this before, and the game is a really good one in my opinion. If the games are going long, that means either the players had the wrong civs and it's just stalemate, or they are really neck and neck here and it's hard to win it. And I remember Hera's 3 hour and what was a 20-minute game. That was one of the best I've ever seen, even though it was that long. JonSlow is sending in more hussars once again, which is a very good addition here. JonSlow also population capped, Phoenix population capped, and JonSlow is making progress. Felix still not taking the gold, and there's 600 gold left. You want to take that. He's going for barracks here, but JonSlow once again is moving towards that that massive military building complex, and he's able to get a few of those down, but not without losses, and it looks like Felix's base is really secure. He's actually over-chopping here a little bit, but he fixed it with house walls. I think that lumber camp is a mistake, because that opens raiding potential. JonSlow trying to go in here, but Felix is paying attention and is even building houses and palisades behind this. Very nice to see that Felix is going for the basics here, making sure that it's not going to over-chop, not allowing JonSlow to like raid easily, and JonSlow doesn't have the honor chop upgrade, so he cannot go in and try to raid here. Like with an honor cut, that would be interesting. It's not happening, and this should be almost walled as well. JonSlow in the middle again, fighting a semi-big army from Felix. JonSlow should have more military units here. Yeah, actually he's ahead a lot here. 143 villages for Felix, so he's preparing for a long game maybe. 82 villages on wood. That's just too many. You need more farmers, you need to delete those lumber camps maybe and go for a few more farmers, but it doesn't really make a big difference as long as you have enough food stockpiled here. And Felix is population capped, so he will just sell the resources if he thinks gold will help him here. And now JonSlow is the first time in this game, I think, breaching the walls and trying to go in. Should send hussars immediately, but he's sending them against the elite skirmishers. How did those get in? Are they just passing through the gate? Not sure, but they're going on to the castle here. We have siege rams still on the map, cap drums here for JonSlow, a trebuchet even, but what is it going to do? You need to make sure that you're attacking something valuable like the castle, which is still too far away, and JonSlow is not really able to raid. A few pikemen to take down the cap drums, now the first hussars going in, but I think Felix is walling this. Very nice efforts, he's making sure the space is still secure. JonSlow has huge building walls here, he's not over-chopping either, something that we don't see from JonSlow too often, making sure that you don't over-chop, but in this game I think it could be crucial. For now though, it's crucial to win the fight in the middle here in JonSlow, and with 4k score lead, still population cap Felix, still population cap JonSlow. This game could go for another while, so if you're skipping parts, I really understand it, but I want to see how this is ending. And I don't really remember what the final attack was or how this game ended. So we're going to find out together here. JonSlow for now, with the lead skirmishers doing so much damage, the hussars in between, and the pikemen on really good counter. So that's maybe Felix's biggest problem. He has the lead skirmishers, but they are inferior to JonSlow's, as he did not go for the lateral upgrade, and this is just so sad to see. But it makes sense. It's a mistake that everybody does from time to time. The better the player, the less mistakes happen, obviously, but it would happen to me too, for sure, if I was playing. JonSlow going with, keeps now? Keep rush on the wood line. Really? That's 2 of those towers. I think Felix will try to get rid of them later on. But that's an interesting approach. Hussar still not able to go in. The gate is not opening and the pikeman taking care of that. And suddenly JonSlow inside Felix base. The main battle is moving to the corner here. Trebuchet hitting the buildings, but the keeps with 8+5 range. They're doing a little bit of damage, but that's actually helping Felix, I think, because now he's losing some villagers, and that allows him to go for more military units. He's now on 111, which is a decent number at this point in the game. As long as he doesn't lose farmers, he will be alright. Ooh, and something I didn't see. Elite Eagle Warriors moving into JonSlow's base. That's very important. So some 4 buildings here, barracks and siege workshop, the siege rams opening the walls. JonSlow did not see it in time, maybe. I didn't see it in time for sure. And we have a little bit of a base trade going apparently, but Felix lost most of the eagles and JonSlow still on. How many do we have? 94 villagers is a decent number. Is also producing more apparently. Trebuchet now close to taking down the TC and took down the monastery. That's so important. There was a monastery, I guess, here, and Felix needs to make sure that he's picking up those relics again. He's got a monk here, but doesn't have enough army to defend for now. Looks like JonSlow cleared Felix's army. He should go for some palisades as well, maybe. And now Hussars moving in once again against the pikemen, which are not going to be able to defend for too long. Elite skirmishes behind us. JonSlow is looking really good here. 5k score lead. And is that the fortified wall upgrade for JonSlow? There's pikemen still going in, trying to raid, and I think, yeah, go for the walls. Now for the first time, Hussars inside the wood line for Felix, but there's also pikemen around, so I think he will be fine here. Looks like JonSlow is not going to be able to do too much damage, and without the Hussars, the skirmishers are going down. The elite skirmish is finally falling. Ooh, this is interesting. JonSlow suddenly losing steam here. Not sure if it was a mistake to go with the Hussars, because he didn't do a lot of damage, and in the meantime, Felix is still trying to raid here as good as he can, and the Hussars still have to defend. This is not revolt. I think JonSlow needs to get rid of that barracks for once and for all. And there's the siege rams taking down the keeps as expected. JonSlow is not going to be able to build this one, I guess, and I think this is going to stand to the end of the game as not even started. The fortified walls now happening for JonSlow, but there's again siege rams from Felix, and JonSlow did he lose all his army? 158 population. He's out of food here. The raiding must have worked. This is really interesting. JonSlow 119 villagers, 70 farmers, but he was not population capped, and now he's on 195 pop cap. This is something that should not happen. Felix is going for the counter-attack big time now. JonSlow once suddenly, like, I can't even explain how he lost all his army here, but suddenly he lost all of it, and Felix, I think with a 1 raiding, did really good damage here. Is this like counter push that Felix needed? Let's find out. We are going to see siege rams moving forward as well, so Felix is still able to afford those, as he did pick up the 3 legs, brought it back into monastery, very important, and now he's got a decent amount of army here, 30 more to be precise. JonSlow low on everything now, and pikemen doing damage against elite skirmishes. A few elite eagles in the mix, elite skirmishes behind this, siege rams taking down buildings. This is suddenly looking really good for Felix, and JonSlow is in the score lead. He lost the monastery, so Felix is actually stealing one of the relics. I didn't even see that happening. Where is that monastery been? It's down for sure. Now JonSlow has a decent amount of army finally. A few champions in the mix. They're not really too good against elite skirmishes, I guess, but against siege rams and pikemen, obviously. And with that amount of elite skirmishes, JonSlow should be able to defend, but you can see it here, Felix is sending in more and more and more. He's going with 4 buildings. His base is once again fully walled. Very important to see. He's got a few lumber camps here, and JonSlow is suddenly really behind, and he's calling the GG. Wow, what a game by Felix. Amazing to see that he was able to defend long enough to get the counter push going, and then with the elite Eagle Warriors, which he did like, what was that, 20-25 minutes ago, fully upgraded here, he was able to do the damage. JonSlow losing this game, even though he's in the score lead, he had a way better KD, but Felix in the end had the final push going, and JonSlow would have lost more and more military, maybe more and more economy probably. Actually at this point in the game, JonSlow had more army, but he was low on resources, losing the last bomber towers. I think this was not over, but JonSlow not really in tournament mode apparently at the end of the game. He might have been able to defend longer. I'm pretty sure in a tournament he would have given up easily. But like this, he's calling it GG. Amazing game by Felix. I think he deserved that win against JonSlow. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next games. GG.